Day on Rappler. Stock exchange index continues to rise, ending 5 straight weeks of decline. Tropical Depression Goryeo will affect 13 areas in the southern Philippines. And the United States Senate passes a landmark immigration reform bill.
Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Local shares continue to rise for the third consecutive day Friday, with the Philippine Stock Exchange Index ending 5 straight weeks of decline. The PSEI climbs up 2.17% or 137.28 points to 6,465.28. It registered a 4.6% increase during this volatile week. The PSEI wiped out all gains for 2013 when it plummeted 25.7% to 5,789.06 from its record high close of 7,392.20 on May 15th. Asian markets rise Friday after the U.S. Federal Reserve says it's not likely to reel in its stimulus program anytime soon. The State Weather Bureau raises storm warning signal number 1 in 13 areas over Tropical Depression Goryeo, which is moving toward eastern Visayas. Signal number 1 is up over Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon, Burias Island, Masbate, Polillo Island, Samar, Leyte provinces, Biliran Island, Dinagat Island, and Siargao Island. As of 4 p.m., Goryeo is spotted 290 kilometers east of Surigao City. The results of the random manual audit of the midterm poll show ballot counting machines tallied votes more accurately in 2013. The random manual audit shows an accuracy rate of 99.975% for the precinct count optical scan machines, or PCOS. In the first automated polls in 2010, the PCOS machines registered an accuracy of 99.6%. But the machines still failed to meet the mandated accuracy rate of 99.995%. The automated election law requires the manual audit to compare with the machine tally. COMELEC allows a certain number of discrepancies to still call the PCOS count accurate. It allows a margin of 10 votes per candidate per position in the event of discrepancy. In tallying votes for senator in 2013, ballot counting machines registered 100% accuracy only in one region, the Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, or ARMM, a region known for widespread fraud in past elections. The Random Manual Audit, or RMA, released by COMELEC says PCOS machines worked with 100% accuracy only in ARMM. This means the manual audit matched the PCOS tally, ruling out the possibility of rigged machines. The PCOS registered the highest accuracy rate in Region 12, followed by the National Capital Region. But PCOS accuracy rate in Region 12 is set at 99.986% based on the average accuracy rates for senator, congressman, and mayor. In NCR, it's 99.976% on the average. Still, cheating may still have happened because ARMM posted the lowest transmission rate. Another red flag. 54 precincts had 100% voter turnout in ARMM. A COMELEC critic says that is statistically improbable. But COMELEC Chair Sixto Brillantes says, quote, "The elections of 2013 must at least be categorized as successful. This is one of the portions that validate the success of the 2013 elections." About 20 suspected communist rebels ambushed a group of unarmed policemen in Mountain Province, killing 1 and wounding 9 others. A police spokesman says the guerrillas attacked the cops unarmed and in their jogging pants around 5:45 a.m. at Sitio Kabunagan, Tadian Town. The incident follows other guerrilla attacks which occurred this week. On Wednesday, 2 government militiamen are killed in an NPA attack in Davao. Guerrillas ambushed an army unit in Zamboanga del Sur Tuesday, wounding 5 soldiers. Last weekend, NPA rebels killed 2 soldiers in Agusan del Sur. Interior Secretary Mar Rojas condemns the Mountain Province attack, saying this makes the attack more shocking and senseless since it was carried out without any provocation. House Speaker Sonny Belmonte confirms outgoing Cagayan de Oro Representative Benjo Benaldo attempted to kill himself Thursday evening. In a statement, Belmonte says Benaldo sustained a gunshot wound to the chest, which, quote, now indicates he attempted to take his own life. Benaldo was found drenched in blood with a 9mm gun on his table. He's now in stable condition at St. Luke's Medical Center in Quezon City. Belmonte appeals to the public to respect the Benaldo family, adding, Benjo has not disclosed his reasons for what happened and may do so at the right time. Benaldo recently became controversial when rumors of alleged domestic abuse circulated after his wife, TV host model Diana Menezes, posted pictures of her wounded arm on Instagram. Benaldo served as congressman of Cagayan de Oro's 1st District. He ran for re-election in the midterm polls but lost to Clarex Uy of the Liberal Party. The United States Senate passes a comprehensive immigration reform bill, the most significant overhaul of the nation's immigration system. The bill, backed by U.S. President Barack Obama, passes the Senate 68-32, picking up all the Democrats and 14 Republicans. The bill provides a 13-year path to citizenship for 11 million unauthorized immigrants in the U.S. It now faces a rocky road in the Republican-led House of Representatives, with House Speaker John Boehner saying, the House is not going to take up and vote on whatever the Senate passes. We're going to do our own bill through regular order, and it'll be legislation that reflects the will of our majority and the will of the American people. A United States grand jury indicts teenager Dzhokhar Tsarnaev for the Boston Marathon bombing. The 30-count indictment includes using a weapon of mass destruction and causing death by bombing a public place. Dzhokhar and his brother Tamerlan are accused of the April 15th attack, which killed 3 and injured more than 260. Earlier, Tamerlan Tsarnaev was killed in a shootout with the police. The indictment alleges Dzhokhar was inspired by al-Qaeda publications. It also alleges he left a confession in a boat in Watertown where he was captured. In it, he said, I don't like killing innocent people, noting it is forbidden in Islam to do so. He justified his actions as a response to U.S. military action in Muslim countries. He allegedly wrote, the U.S. government is killing our innocent civilians. I can't stand to see such evil go unpunished. We Muslims are one body. You hurt one, you hurt us all. Federal prosecutors say 17 of the charges carry a possible death penalty. Tsarnaev will be formally arraigned in Boston District Court on July 10th. Well, let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 4, U.S. President Barack Obama says he will not be, quote, scrambling jets to get a 29-year-old hacker. Referring to fugitive Edward Snowden, the whistleblower who leaked details of U.S. internet surveillance to the media. Obama adds Snowden's stay in a Moscow airport shows he did not possess documents allowing him to travel further. Moscow says he's in the transit zone of Sheremetyevo Airport after arriving Sunday from Hong Kong. Snowden's travel plans are still unclear, but his ultimate destination may be Ecuador. Ecuadorian President Rafael Correa describes the situation as complex, saying Snowden needs to arrive in Ecuador first so his request for asylum can be processed. Sending mixed messages, Ecuador says it will consider Snowden's request but denies it granted him travel papers. At number 5, South African President Jacob Zuma offers reassurance to a worried nation, saying the beloved anti-apartheid icon Nelson Mandela is in, quote, now stable condition, though still critically ill. An official says Mandela is on life support. In an earlier interview, Mandela's eldest daughter, Makaziwe Mandela, describes his condition as, quote, very critical. She warns, anything is imminent, I won't lie, it doesn't look good. Mandela was admitted to the hospital with a serious lung infection nearly 3 weeks ago. And at number 10, Google is cracking down on adult-themed blogs hosted on its Blogger site. The Verge reports Google is sending notices informing users of a change in its terms of service. Google's current terms of service allow sharing of adult content on Blogger, but Google adds users shouldn't use the site to monetize adult content. Blogs making money from displaying ads or links to commercial porn sites will be removed after June 30th. Affected blog site owners can switch to Yahoo after the clampdown. Yahoo says it won't restrict porn on the popular blogging site. U.S. Space Agency NASA says its Voyager 1 spacecraft is approaching the outer limit of the solar system, but remains years away from the reach of the sun's magnetic pull. NASA says the craft, launched in 1977, is sending back a wealth of data on the final frontier of the solar bubble, or the heliosphere, which scientists dub the magnetic highway. The magnetic highway allows charged particles to travel in and out of the heliosphere along a smooth magnetic field line. Scientists are able to detect low-energy cosmic rays from dying stars for the first time since Voyager left Earth. NASA describes Voyager 1 and its companion Voyager 2 as, quote, the two most distant active representatives of humanity and its desire to explore. The NBA draft is where amateur players are supposed to take center stage as they enter the world's most competitive basketball league. But the spotlight was all on a blockbuster trade that sends future Hall of Famers Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce from the Boston Celtics to the Brooklyn Nets. Yahoo Sports reports the Celtics will send Garnett and Pierce along with Jason Terry to the Nets in exchange for Gerald Wallace, Chris Humphries, Reggie Evans, and 3 other players. Kevin Garnett waives a no-trade clause in his contract to get the deal done. He first joined the Celtics in the 2007-2008 season along with Ray Allen to form, quote, the Big Three with Paul Pierce. They won the 2008 NBA championship. In the NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers surprises everyone by picking scoring forward Anthony Bennett. Bennett was projected by most NBA analysts to be drafted around 6th to 10th overall. Orlando uses the 2nd overall pick on Victor Oladipo. He is a shooting guard, regarded as the best scorer in the draft. The UP Fighting Maroons are moving to a new gym. Hopefully it will improve their training, their focus, and maybe their luck. Danielle Nakpil reports.
The men's basketball team used to train here, the old UP gym, cramped with other varsity teams. But it's not just space that's a problem. The court's measurements are inaccurate. One of the rims doesn't meet the standard size. The free throw line is inches shorter than the required 15 feet.
When it rained, it would always leak, and we couldn't go full court because there was one side of the court that was completely wet and always wet when it rained. There were a lot of holes in the floor. They covered them up with tape, but once, actually, after my teammate went for a layup, he sprained his ankle.
But after 10 years, the UP Fighting Maroons have a new home, the UP CHK Annex. It took 10 years to build.
Well, basically, it started 2004 when John Osmeña donated 4.7 or 4.9 million approximately. So, when we are about to have it constructed, tumaas yung presyo ng materials.
The lack of training facilities is one of the reasons for UP's poor performance in the college leagues. The Fighting Maroons were at the bottom of the standings for the last 4 years. A new practice area may help them turn things around.
Number one, we no longer have any distractions because when we practice inside the main venue, the two volleyball teams are practicing. Okay, but then sometimes the balls go through the what we call the force field, and it leads to injuries.
But the team admits training facilities are just part of the solution. This coming season, the UP men's basketball team wants to change its reputation from whipping boys to legit contenders, hoping to bring back the glory days of the UP Maroons and end 2 decades of oblivion. Danielle Nakpil, Rappler, Manila.
Every story on Rappler has a mood meter which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator that's in the middle of the front page and it crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories, these 10 stories which have gotten the most clicks on their mood meters. These are the stories which affected our viewers, our audience the most. If you take a look today, it's actually the 10 stories are dominated by this decision in the United States when the Supreme Court overturns the gay marriage ban. You see a whopping 79% happy and a 14% angry. And what we've seen in the last 2 days is actually a tug of war between the progressives who are voting happy, as you can see from the green, and the conservatives who are voting. Let's take a look at the story that's gotten the most number of votes. This is On the Day Equal Became Real. This was written by Shakira Sison, based in New York City, who is married to another woman. And you take a look and see here, so you see this battle, 43% happy and 45% sad, making the story that's gotten the most number of votes sad. And yet, still, overall, the 10 stories, today, most people are happy. That's Rappler's Newscast for today, Friday, June 28th, 2013. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.